Looking for Canada student visa? Don't skip the video. Once again, welcome to my channel Travel Guides. Today we will have a deep look on complete details on requirements, eligibility and processing. So here we go. Here are the general requirements for applying for a Canada student visa, also known as a study permit. Keep in mind that immigration policies and requirements can change over time, so it's essential to check the official website of the Government of Canada, or the nearest Canadian embassy or consulate for the most up-to-date information before applying. Here are the general requirements. Acceptance letter. You must first be accepted by a designated learning institution, DLI, in Canada. You'll need to include the acceptance letter with your study permit application. Proof of sufficient funds. You must prove that you can financially support yourself during your stay in Canada. This includes tuition fees, living expenses, and return transportation. You may need to provide bank statements or other financial documents. Well, under SDS program, student need to open a GIC block account $10,000 Canadian to cover the above-mentioned expenses. Criminal clearance. You may be required to provide a police certificate or clearance from your home country or any other country you have lived in for 6 or more months in the past year. Medical examination. Depending on your country of origin or residence, you may need to undergo a medical examination to prove that you are in good health. Passport. You will need a valid passport. Ensure that your passport will remain valid for the duration of your intended stay in Canada. Photographs. You will need to provide passport-sized photographs that meet the Canadian visa application photo requirements. Immigration medical examination. In some cases, you may be required to undergo a medical examination from a panel physician approved by the Government of Canada. Statement of purpose. You may be asked to provide a statement of purpose explaining why you want to study in Canada and how it relates to your future goals. Biometrics. Depending on your nationality, you may need to provide biometric information, fingerprints and photographs, at a visa application center. Language proficiency. You may need to prove your proficiency in either English or French, depending on the language of instruction at your chosen institution. Temporary resident visa, TRV. Depending on your nationality, you may also need to apply for a temporary resident visa, TRV, or an electronic travel authorization, ETA, to enter Canada. Study permit fee. There is a non-refundable application fee for a study permit. Be sure to check the latest fee information on the official website. Additional documentation. Depending on your specific circumstances, you may be asked to provide additional documentation. It's crucial to note that processing times can vary depending on the time of year in your home country. Therefore, it's recommended to apply well in advance of your intended start date. Since immigration policies and requirements can change, I strongly advise checking the official Government of Canada website or contacting the nearest Canadian embassy or consulate for the most current and detailed information regarding study permit applications. Additionally, consider consulting with an immigration advisor or lawyer to ensure that your application is complete and accurate. The next topic in this video that we will cover is: what is the minimum CGPA to apply on master's or bachelor levels for Canada student visa? Canada does not have a specific minimum CGPA, cumulative grade point average, requirement for all master's or bachelor's degree programs for the purpose of applying for a study permit, student visa. Admission requirements, including minimum GPA requirements, can vary significantly between universities and colleges in Canada and even between different programs within the same institution. Therefore, there is no universal minimum CGPA requirement that applies to all study permit applications. To apply for a study permit in Canada, you must first be accepted by a designated learning institution, DLI, in Canada. Each DLI sets its own admission criteria, which may include specific GPA requirements, language proficiency requirements, e.g., IELTS or TEFL scores, standardized test scores, e.g., GRE or GMAT for certain graduate programs, and other academic qualifications. Here are some key points to keep in mind. Check university requirements. Research the specific universities or colleges you are interested in and carefully review their admission requirements. These requirements, including minimum CGPA expectations, will be outlined on their official websites or in their admission materials. Varied admission standards. Different universities and programs may have different GPA requirements. Some programs may be highly competitive and require a high CGPA, while others may have more lenient admission criteria. Conditional offers. In some cases, universities may offer conditional admission to students who meet all other requirements but have a slightly lower CGPA. Conditional offers may require students to achieve a certain level of academic performance during their first semester or year of studies to maintain their enrollment. Graduate programs. For master's programs, estimated average CGPA is 2.5 and doctoral programs is 3.0. Some universities may consider factors beyond GPA, such as research experience, recommendation letters, and the fit between your academic goals and the program's offerings. Bachelor's programs. Admission to bachelor's degree programs in Canada typically requires a high school diploma or equivalent. The specific academic requirements may vary by province and program. Also for bachelor's programs, estimated average CGPA is 2.7 but varied according to university. Language proficiency. In addition to academic qualifications, you may need to provide proof of English or French language proficiency through standardized tests like IELTS or TEFL and PTE. For bachelor's degree 6.0 to 6.5 overall, while for master's 6.5 to 7.0 overall required. It's essential to thoroughly research the admission requirements of the specific institution and program you plan to apply to and ensure that you meet those requirements. Additionally, you should contact the admissions office of the university or college directly if you have any questions about their admission criteria. Keep in mind that meeting the admission requirements is a separate step from the study permit application process. Once you have received an acceptance letter from a DLI, you can proceed with your study permit application, which will require documentation to prove your eligibility to study in Canada. This video is made for your complete guidance. In case you have any query, drop comment below or link is in description. Thank you so much for watching Travel Guides. Stay tuned till next video.